or is he? They lean on each other. Moffat gets sideways, clatters into Ingram, who's on the grass. Watson coming through, and there, Tom Ingram on the outside of Chris Smiley, being run out wide.
That tyre's going to look at the damage, it's cut all the way through.
Yeah. I saw him, gave him room, and he's massively stepped onto the gravel on the outside.
So, what's stuck in your head?
Pedro.
Right, he can't do it. Up back into the lead, but the Toyota goes wide. Ingram switches sides.
Right then, boy, get stuck in, so some redemption, eh?
There's no other word to it. It's cold. I just looked on the cameras at home and it's lovely. It's really nice at home. It's like 26 degrees. Lovely warm hoodies available at tingrammerch.com. Great high quality item, soft, breathable, warm, cozy to wear. Suitable all year round, especially in August, aka summer. Go buy it, it's good. Hi. I'm going to do this to protect my hair. Welcome to Knockhill for the next round of the BTCC. It's not raining at the minute. There is one chicane here. Can't really cut it. If you're a bit cold, some great Ingram merch on offer for you here though. It's very good. Knockhill, it's a good circuit. I like Knockhill. It's always good. It's always chaos. It's always carnage. Let's get going and see how it works out for us. That is 100% about to go. That middle leg is...
It's tied to my motorhome, so if that goes...
It's all going.
I don't know where the safest place to be is.
Home? It's like the weather gods have had about 100 kilos of baked beans.
My name's Chris, I'm a marshal here.
Chris, that's me.
I have a gift from us, personally made by Amber, for you.
Oh, well, thank you very much indeed. Look at this. It's in full official colours as well.
Yeah.
Marvellous
It's all
work.
about the branding, man. You've got to get the branding in.
Well, thank you very much indeed.
My pleasure. Wish you all the best for this weekend.
Are you here all weekend?
We are.
Are you marshalling this weekend or not?
We have no idea where we are yet.
Okay.
We'll find out tomorrow morning. So.
Marvellous. Well, that's all part of the fun of it then, eh?
It is. It's great fun.
Perfect.
Hopefully not hopefully.
Well, in the
see
nicest possible way. Hopefully I don't see you again.
Yeah,
Hopefully I see you
it's
here,
gone
but
wrong,
not
hasn't
out
it?
there. Exactly
Well,
that.
Best of luck this weekend. We'll see you.
Thank you. See you later on. Thank you. We've got a Ingram band. Look at these. So we're having a walk across. We're actually coming to the campsite at the moment. Have you seen how busy the campsite is? Bear in mind, what are we now? We are 4:30 on Friday, and it's gonna get busier. It'll get a lot busier. It'll be right up the back. It'll be heaving over here. But we're just having a walk over to the chicane. So 2 things. Number 1, don't do track walks.
No, we don't.
Stop doing track walks.
Oh, this is you walking around the track.
So the closest I can get is walk to it, but don't do the track walk. So what's happened is they've changed the chicane here at Knockhill. In the olden days, we used to be able to fly across it. It was really cool. I don't know who we can blame for it, but we'll blame someone who ruined it by putting in a big sausage curb. And now somebody's put in a big sausage curb. You can't do the big, you can't fly across it anymore. So you've got to drive around it, which is dull and boring. However, we're going to go and have a look at it. Many would say, why don't you just do a track walk? Because I don't do track walks, that's why. No. So we're going to go and have a look at it now.
Can I get a picture of the little man, please?
Of course, no problem at all.
Stand next to Tom in trouble. Undo your jacket.
Look at that, good work.
Thank you very much, sir.
Marvellous. Thank you, mate.
Say thank
Can
you.
you get one of them? Yeah, good lad.
Good luck this weekend.
Thanks so much, guys. See you later. I think it's a caterpillar. Me, David Attenborough.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to
That's
get
the
a wildlife
that's
show.
the native Scottish caterpillar. Actually, very few around now. They started life as a butterfly, and then they turn into a beautiful, beautiful caterpillar. Oh, it's the other way around, isn't it? It's cake. I heard there's cake.
Don't eat that ball.
You're right, Thomas.
Ball bearing. What you got a ball bearing on your cake for?
Would you like a bit of cake, mate?
What kind of cake is it?
Chocolate. Cake's cake.
I'll partake in some cake. Why not? Okay. I'm very good, thank you very much. I'm very cold. Lots of layers on. It's August, by the way. 28 degrees on Sunday. At home, yeah, it's going to be 28 degrees. 30 degrees on Monday.
You could be laying your patio.
Could be laying my patio. I could be laying my patio. That's a good thing I could be doing. Next week job, that one. Yeah. Carry on with my patio. I've got all my cuts to do now, which I've put off because I've done all my big tiles.
Why is the cuts a thing that you put?
Well, they're just a pain. They just take ages. You have to measure them, and then you have to cut them, and then you have to sand the end of them, and then you have to probably get it wrong because I've looked at the tape measure the wrong side, and then it's just a bit of a pain. So it's going to be. I think we're going to have a wet FP1, which is going to be nothing more than a pain in the bum.
Nothing gained.
Especially if it's then going to be dry for FP2 and quali and race day.
So other than literally, he said it.
Did we hear ride height?
He just said
two
words.
I heard ride height get mumbled around then. Maybe it's still echoing from the top of the truck from last year.
Let's get the effort out of the room. We had a ride height failure last year, didn't we?
Huh? Pardon?
Let's have a look at the ride height being checked. So, it's not looking very good on that front left corner of Tom Ingram's car. Phil Danbury, the scrutineer, was on the radio, and that's not going under.
That is a fail. That is a fail. And the reason is because they've changed tyres. They've gone on to wets. The wets, when they're worn, reduce the circumference and the car fails.
Yeah.
He's going to fail. It's going to be nothing.
So you won last year.
Yeah, we won last year.
Anyway, quali round here.
Quali round here is going to be horrible.
Is it like...
So hybrid's going to be about just shy half a second.
Okay.
From first to
And we ain't got any.
8th, and we've got 1 second of it. So the calcs say that Jake is going to be 2 tenths ahead, Ash will be 3 tenths ahead, Colin 4 tenths ahead.
So they've got to have a Western.
We need them to have a bit of a Western. But we shall see. We shall see. What we're going to do is drive as fast as we can.
That is a good idea.
We're going to go as fast as we can, and whatever happens, happens.
Asking your driver
Yep.
about today. I don't know where he is. FP1 when it's wet and then there's going to be potentially children. Is it just a bit of a nothing session? You're just going to have a drive around and check out that sausage curb?
Just make sure the car's alright, I think.
Yeah.
He'll have a drive round. We haven't done a track walk, so he's just going to do his own little track walk, I suppose, yeah. Track drive.
It's not going to mean too much.
Waste of time.
Is it a waste of time?
So flying through 1, it feels nice into 2, well, we'll call it 3. Yeah, that felt good. Chicane was, again, just difficult with conditions, just trying little bits every lap. Onto the back straight felt just low in RPM. It felt so low in 4th. Just felt like you go like, oh, but 3rd felt like you were overslaying it too much. Thank you, Sandra. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. So it was one of those that you, with just where the conditions were, you couldn't right. Yeah, not too bad at all. We were not like P4 or something, which is all right. I mean, we're feeling the effects of the lack of hybrid, I think, around here quite considerably. I mean, the car's feeling pretty good, to be honest with you. Does feel really good, but just struggling on the effects of hybrid. But I think we're all good. See if we can kind of extract a little bit more now for qualifying. Obviously, everyone would have done a little bit of a soft tyre run then, and then I think everyone will find again, similar to what happened at Croft. Again, the pace will take another step forwards in the next session. So we've got to try and extract a little bit more from us, but we shall see. Apparently the group, we're not in the easiest of group.
The first 10th off Ash, or 10th and a half off Ash.
Yep.
2/10 off Robot.
Yeah.
That's where it should be.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. So through the first corner, I'm struggling a little bit through the first. Oh yeah. So I come through the first corner, I had a big bit of oversteer, and because my elbows had to come up to correct it, as I've come back to get it, my arms got caught here. So now I'm like doing this, and I'm thinking I'm now still in 5th gear. So I've got to try and get it down the gear, but I can't turn and get down the gear. And I couldn't get my arm back out because I had to get my arm, instead of it being in that one, I was stuck in that one. But to get it out, I didn't have enough movement in my shoulder to be able to get my arm out of it because I was locked in that one forwards.
So you crashed.
I went off and through the gravel because my arm was stuck in the window there.
Not heard that excuse before.
That's a new one actually. That is a new one.
Group 2, Ash Sutton, Tom Ingram, Colin Turkington, Chris Smiley, Josh Cook, Ronan Pearson, Tom Chilton, Adam Morgan, Jake Hill, Nick Halstead. And in terms of the hybrid allocation, it is championship order. So the better you are in the championship, the less usage you have. 1 second a lap for Tom Ingram, 3 seconds a lap for Jake Hill, and 5 for Ash Sutton. There is Tom Ingram then, the championship leader, coming down towards the hairpin. We haven't really yet even got to the point of looking at representative lap times from 1 or 2, but it's about to kick off, isn't it, with 4 minutes to go. Tom Ingram, who is only 9th at the moment, he ought to be an improver on this lap. 8th, so not looking great.
Okay, we're P7 there, mate. P7.
Okay, so the one that's vulnerable is Josh Cook. Josh is 6th, so if anybody can get themselves into the top 6, it will be at his expense. Ingram has just improved to go 7th, so Tom Ingram missed getting ahead of Josh Cook by 25 thousandths of a second. The checkered flag is imminent. Ingram will end the session on this lap, and he was slower within the first sector. Coming up to the middle, and he is slower again. Yes, so Tom Ingram ain't going to be an improver on this lap. So, and again, some hard luck stories from frustrated drivers. Tom Ingram inevitably is going to be amongst them, as he will head back to the pit lane, and for his sake, hopefully it will only be the lack of hybrid rather than something more sinister. But the point we were making about Ronan Pearson also struggling. Having said that, Tom Chilton was 3rd, so it's good for one good day, not so good for the other 2.
Exactly.
Well, these are the 6 that have done it. Colin Turkington, Ash Sutton, Tom Chilton, Adam Morgan, Jake Hill and Josh Cook, the rest of the order. We lose Tom Ingram, Ronan Pearson, Chris Smiley and Nick Halstead.
P7. Yeah, sucks a bit, doesn't it? So we've lost about 3.5 tenths from our FP2 time. Then we're on old tyres, now we're on new tyres, so we need to figure out what's going on really. Right. But with that format, there's no chance to change anything or make an adjustment or try a new set of tyres, that's just it. That's it. Yeah, tough one.
No, it's not. It's not at all. Only Ash. I mean, Ash is only 12, Jake's only 7, but it's about where the hybrid allocation should be. It's not it, it's what it is. It's about where the hybrid should be.
Worse. Yeah.
What if I do a 5?
Yeah.
7 from here. So it's that half a second that we said about, realistically.
That could have been worse.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where the pace was.
Well, maybe some other guys struggling as well.
Yeah, I think, look at that, I think that's a reflection on the hybrid more than anything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know where the pace went for us. It just wasn't, it was just not there. You know, the first few laps you went, Jesus Christ, it's miles off. We're doing all the bits and pieces we said, doing that, just doesn't yield a time at all. So then you're like, okay, I've got to try and hustle it then and see if you can't drag something out of it, which is then when you get a track limit, because you're then having to, because the time hasn't come by doing, because the time hasn't gone, there you are, by, slow in, fast out, link everything together, smooth in, bit of rotation, drive off, hasn't yielded a time, you're like, okay, so we've got to hustle it then.
Something's not working.
Yeah. So we've got to hustle it. Oh, what's the track limit? Not quite, nearly. Yeah. What did we do? 16.5. Come on, Aaron. Come on, Aaron. That's like a half day at Tail Western's quite useful. And it's time for a brew.
Time for a brew.
P19, time for a...
There's nothing that rhymes with eating.
But yeah, just didn't have the pace out of it. It's obviously a lack of hybrid is not helping us get up the times. We kind of knew that was always going to be the case, but yeah, just have a look and.
I think it will be after everything P30.
Yeah, well, it's going to be. It depends on the Q1B split. So we'll be 13 or 14 or something like that. But it is what it is. No point getting too upset about it. Well, Ash will be 12. We'll be 13, 14, 15, 16, somewhere around there. Jake 7. It is what it is. We knew the hybrid was going to have an effect around here, so I'm not overly concerned.
It's just you were just trying to match that time from FP2 to see where it took you.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that would have been ideal, but just never. It didn't come on. So normally, what will happen is you go and do that first lap on a new tyre, and the time sort of just comes for you. You can drive it nicely. You can not overdrive the car, slow in, fast out, and it will just sort of produce the time for you. And it never really did that time round. So I'll have a look why. I'll have a goose. It is what it is. You get no point crying over spilt milk. It is what it is.
Okay, there we go. Well, you get changed.
Thank you. I'm going to have a cup of tea, and I might even have a Freddo.
Oh,
Treat myself.
treat yourself to a Freddo.
I love you started filming. Look,
Yeah.
this is.
This
This is.
Say something hasn't gone your way.
Yep.
You are very good. I know you're like, there's no point worrying about it, but sometimes surely you want to chuck something.
I do, yes. It does happen quite often as well, annoyingly. I don't really know how I deal with it. I guess it's one of those things. Unfortunately, just being old and ugly kind of, it's getting over things, it becomes a little easier. I used to get very emotional.
Really?
Yeah, not too bad. I never have I don't do arguments. I don't do anything else like that because I can't be arsed with them. So you just sort of, I don't know. You just sort of learn to get over them, don't you?
Hello.
This looks very serious.
It's a training exercise so that we don't have to mess about with you.
Well, I do hope not.
No. For a second there, we didn't realise it was a train.
We were sort of walking from afar, going, "What the hell has happened there?"
It's a funny place for a shunt.
I was just going to say, this is a very strange place to crash.
We have had a crash there.
There? Who?
Somebody coming out of the scrutineering bay, somebody was coming in there. Not on a touring car.
I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and get a coffee from Tate. Should we go get let's go get a coffee. Good morning, Samuel. Are you well? Are you okay?
Yeah, you?
I'm very well.
Fast Tom today?
Yes.
Well, basically,
So I can do this and then go for a beer?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Might need one for race one.
I need something. I need something. Yeah, I need something.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Right, should we go to the bar?
Yes.
Let's go get a beer.
No, it's eggs.
Mate.
Eggs and avocado.
That's proper farty in here. You've been in here.
I swear.
No, you've just been in here on your own, farting away.
No, it's not.
That stinks in there. That is just sulphur. That is sulphur in there. You've been in there farting away.
I walked in there for fucking eggs.
Yeah, see?
Eggs.
Fart.
Eggs and
Yeah.
avocado.
Doing eggy farts. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. That was like don't rouse me. That was like that was my best Barry Chuckle impression. Hello. Remember we used to do that, and then it's to me, to you. This is a generational gap here. You have literally no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
I'll have to blur that.
Blur what? Oh, can you have the comedy pixelated?
I'll try.
Yeah. I'll stand as still as possible.
Put smiley faces over
Yeah.
his nipple hair. I'm going to meet you in pit lane.
What have you been up to?
Bit of this, bit of that, bit of wheeling, bit of dealing.
I'll take it down.
Had to see a man about a dog. Then after I saw him, I had to see a woman about a horse. But apart from that, we've had a good morning.
Ready for it.
What you got next?
Race. Race. Juan. And then after race 1, it's race 2.
Yeah.
And then after race 2, it's race 3. And then after race 3, go on. So we have a tyre to choose for the first race. We're going to go. We're going to go for the medium tyre. The first race, medium. Shh, don't tell anyone.
So it's medium. It's medium and soft.
Medium and softs are the tyre options this week, and we.
Medium tyre.
Put your voice down, man.
Don't tell everyone.
Right, what time is pit lane open, did we say? 11:30. It's 11 o'clock now. I'm going to go and see Matt. So tell me all of your secrets, Matthew.
I'll go and find a Leon here now, but he's way further in.
That's an interesting one.
It is, yeah, it puts more pressure on itself there. But yeah, that'll be interesting.
He must think the medium tyre is going to be the best tyre over the distance.
That's it. Yeah.
This is going to be hard work. 12, 12, 12.
Yeah.
12. Me. At least we got the weather for it. It's not much fun when it's pissing it down, is it?
He slots into position, and round 19 of the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship is under 5 seconds away from getting underway with that light change, with Colin Turkington on pole. Light to red, lights out, blast off. Mega getaway by Turkington as expected as the cars accelerate down towards Duffers Dip for the first time.
Already been using it.
So Tom Ingram, 5 laps available to him as the race leaders make the run out of the hairpin. Then now coming up towards the timing line. So that little shuffle has put Ingram no further up the order as yet, but he's about to get into the points on the inside going into Duffers Dip, or is he? They lean on each other. Moffat gets sideways, clatters into Ingram, who's on the grass. And that loses Ingram places rather than gaining. This race is becoming a real nightmare for Tom Ingram because he has been shuffled back in the pack and he's picked up damage. Look on the left front corner, a bit of tyre smoke.
Yeah, is it a puncture or is it just the bodywork rubbing on the tyre? It's getting worse, it's getting worse. Disaster for championship leader. He's going to have no points out of this race. Damage to that left front.
The best they can hope for now is get him out in clear air to get the fastest lap point. 1 is better than nothing.
Except that tyre's going to look at the damage. It's cut all the way through.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to do something about the bodywork before it goes back out. It's not just a case of putting another tyre on.
No, you're quite right.
he lost it. And then I don't think it's really he's massively to blame because he lost it and he was correcting it. He had to come into you. So, and I know he technically took us out of the race, but he was just saving the slide, I think.
My question again.
Yes. Yeah. You've made the noise to summarise race 1. We can summarise race 1 merely with the noise of ugh. And there's my race 1 summary.
You went, pulled a move.
Pulled a move.
Was there contact?
So I pulled one off on the inside of Aiden. And then as we went through the apex, Aiden sort of rolled out, so we were side by side.
Yeah.
He's then lost it. I think there was a little bit of contact.
Yeah.
He's then lost it. So
Yeah.
let me step back.
Yeah,
he's then lost it,
Yeah.
and then as he's then recovered it, I've sort of caught his right rear, which has then pushed me that
front.
way.
Yeah.
Left front onto his right rear.
Yeah.
Which has then pushed the crash structure back onto the tyre.
Right.
Which has then just burnt a hole through the middle of the tyre.
Gotcha. Not ideal.
Bit poo.
Knockhill. At least we're close to home.
Yeah, I mean the saving grace is it doesn't take so long to get over. However, soft tyre, full hybrid.
Yeah.
We're going to get the old. We're going to come through. You're most welcome. Thank you. How are you? Oh, thank you very much indeed. That's very kind of you. They're the posh ones as well. Thank you. Thank you. If you're nice to me and don't say anything else horrible to me about race 1, I'll consider letting you have one. Is that a plan? No. How long have we got
20 minutes.
before pit lane opens?
Yeah, before the car's going to go.
What time's pit lane open?
20 Predictions for the race 2?
Nothing less than a win. Top 6.
Top 6.
Would be awesome, but we need to be 6 to 12. We need a reverse grid.
¿Cuál es claro?
No.
No bueno.
Not so great, no?
No,
No, not so great.
not ideal.
How was your?
Yeah, right, good. Yeah, good. 13th to 8th.
That's alright.
Yeah. Just stayed with Ash.
Good
Yeah,
luck.
nothing much to do really. So just
Good.
yeah, better.
Very good.
Good luck.
Thanks, mate.
This is going to be hard work, and it could be one for the clip, couldn't it, I suppose? So here we go. Good luck, mate. This is going to be tough. Everyone's obviously got the deployment every lap pretty much back there anyway. Everyone's on the same tyre. It's so tight around the majority of the circuits.
I guess it's quite hard starting on the hill as well.
Yeah, it's actually slightly flatter back where we are in Fife. So we'll see how we get on. On the soft tyre, we've done some really good starts previously in these kind of conditions, this kind of track temperature. So hope we can replicate one of those from Croft, where he just blitzed to the front. Did 2 rows off the start. That'd be good.
Round 20 of the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship. Race 2 from Knockhill. Lights go red. The lights go out after a long hold now, and a good getaway by Turkington, and a dreadful stop by Mikey Doble, who's got the door open and his car is stranded on the grid. And Mikey Doble has only just got going with problems on the grid as Daryl De Leon gets up the inside of Chilton. All the Hyundais trying to run together, 3 of the 4 at least there for Team Bristol Street Motors. And here a replay of Andrew Watson coming through, and there Tom Ingram on the outside of Chris Smiley.
De Leon sees that, seizes the opportunity, runs out wide, pushes Sam Osborne off.
Go go with it. Ingram on the inside line in the Team Bristol Street Motors Hyundai. Is he going to be able to brake late enough? Yes, of course he is, on the inside line. And there's contact between the two, but Ingram survives. So he's done it. He's gone by. And there he is on the tail of the Astra, so he's not done yet. One more lap to go at the end of this. Ingram has got himself up past Rob Huff, who of course started way ahead of him on the grid. I think Rob was 8th on the grid, so Huff trying to fight back. But yeah, Ingram, as the leader start the last lap, has fought as hard as he can. Side by side, this is Ingram to gain the pace. He's ahead, gets the job done.
Move him, Ingram up to 10th.
Smiley just went from about 4 car lengths back and onto the back straight. I saw him, gave him room, and he's massively straight onto the gravel on the outside. Only like, I'm on there. We want number 10, please, Jake. It's 500 quid in it for you. It's alright. I won't hold it against you, Jake. For long.
I usually start off by saying welcome. Like, oh, what's going on here?
That's love, isn't it?
You just get a delivery of an ice cream.
Yep.
Ruby.
Thanks, Ruby. It's made on the wing.
There's a few. Look at it. She literally delivered and ran. She ran away.
In fairness, they're probably about 400 quid.
They are. In fairness.
This place is always tricky. This place is always tricky, exactly like Tom's just said, with just getting caught up in stuff, you know, because it's such a tight circuit. There's not actually that many places to overtake, and if you're battling with people who know how to race, they know where to stop the car, to stop your run. So you'll just spend the whole time going, no, and you just end up getting caught up. Then you get frustrated, then everything gets warm. However, turns out I was a bit of an idiot in that race. Shouldn't have overtaken Rob Huff. Shouldn't have overtaken Terry Smith, but I've been on pole. What did I do that for? What did I do that
It's
for?
because you don't know the rules of the reverse grid.
No one does though.
Let's go and try and get a win, shall we?
Yeah.
Be good. Let's go and try and do a win. That would be beautiful. Or get a podium, or anything, but let's just try and do something here.
Yeah.
Preferably a win.
So, what's stuck in your head?
Pedro. That's what's stuck in my head. How'd you get a Labrador hair on your grass helmet?
Hey, good luck. Oh, is it? Bloody hell, get it!
He just wants to be with you all the time.
Oh no. Maybe that was bad luck, he's been with him all day.
Good down.
Yeah. Right then, boy, get stuck in, so some redemption, eh?
Round 21 of the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship set to get underway. Rob Huff on pole position. Light to go red. Lights out, blast off. Who makes the best getaway? It's a good start by Huff, a good start by Taylor Smith. Now does an absolute best in the first sector, and Ingram dives up the inside and goes second. Great move, really brave. He's done it, he's gone by, and now sets off after Rob Huff. And Ingram, fastest lap of the race, and he's now almost within striking distance of Rob Huff. So Ingram has to slot back in. Rob Huff hanging on to this race lead as they clamber over the curbs. In third place, Aaron Taylor Smith.
Side by side across the line.
So Ingram's going to be ahead. They touch. Ingram wants to get the job done before the corner. He doesn't want to go all the way around the outside, but he's going to have to try it. He can't do it. Huff back into the lead, but the Toyota goes wide. Ingram switches sides. Again, he's on the outside down to McIntyre's. He wants the inside line, but Huff's already there. Fantastic racing. Safety car. Sorry to interrupt you, Tim. Safety car deployed, and this is good news for Ingram. And Josh Cook, off he goes, and a big whack on the driver's side. So Chilton, though, is being given a driving standards flag, and so also
Chilton deploying this lap
is Nick Halstead, and Chilton thinks about making a move on the inside there, coming down to the hairpin. He's going to have a go for second place. That's going to play right into the hands of Sutton to have a go at the two of them, and Huff to pull away. So suddenly it's game on between the Hyundais. A victory for him. Checkered flag for Rob Huff. He wins at Knockhill in race 3 of the day. Tom Ingram takes second. Third, Tom Chilton. The result then of round 21 of the British Touring Car Championship. A win for Rob Huff. Tom Ingram second. Tom Chilton third. So, the real question is what that has done to the championship, and the answer is this. Tom Ingram has a 3-point lead over Jake Hill. Ash Sutton is third.
Good drive that was.
It was, yeah. Safe in the end.
I was a little bit nervous. Very, very...
Huff's super experienced, isn't he? So
you almost had him
just
all over.
Just put the car in exactly the right place all the time. We were so much quicker in the early part of the race.
Right.
I think our fastest lap was 6 and a bit tenths quicker than his.
Right.
I think we just used up the tyres, and Tom started to think better of it and thinking, you know what, it's going to take a lot to get past him, probably risking some damage. Still in the championship at that, we were working out the points as we went, and he settled for it, I think. Not sure if we got the point for leading the lap. We crossed the line, it showed first on TSL, so I told him we got that point. If we did, we should lead with three ahead, so could have been a lot worse.
He turned it around, yeah, turned it around. And Chilton having a little bit of a look as well.
Yeah,
I saw the tension.
No, he was under big pressure from Ash, wasn't he? So he had to deploy.
Yeah.
And obviously he got a bit of a run on us onto the back straight into the hairpin.
Yeah.
I don't think he had anywhere to go, so I had to go up the inside. So it's fair enough. He's running away, isn't he? He's running from Ash. So I think it's good. It's all right.
And when he came back up the inside, you know, the first corner, that's why I was like, mate, you just you're more desperate for this than I am in the nicest possible way. Obviously, we want to win, obviously, but I was thinking you clearly want to take the risk a lot more than I'm prepared to take at this stage of the season. And he obviously would have known that as well.
Can I take you away to a podium, please?
Naturally, yeah.
Where is the podium?
Right down the end.
Tom, who can believe we're getting blinded by the sun at Knockhill?
Sun here.
What's going on?
I don't know.
What you're soaking in champagne, which means it was a good last race.
It smells so bad, man.
Yeah, I know you do.
Worse than normal.
I know. Don't hug me. I've got to get on a flight.
Okay, fine.
How was that? Race 3?
How was that? It was alright. It was very good, in fact. Yeah, really, really good. It was a proper touring car race at the end there with Huffy.
All over him at one stage.
All over it, yeah. It was one of those that it's like managed risk, and obviously Rob was aware of the situation I was in for the championship and trying to recover some points out of what was a fairly tricky day. So Rob obviously was aware of the risk he could take and the risk I was probably willing and wanted to take. So there was managed risk in that for sure, but I'm really pleased with it, really, really pleased. The couple of times I managed to sort of get a nose and get an overlap, and I'm kind of thinking, I don't know if it's worth the risk. It's probably better sitting second with Rob and I finishing, and Tom in third than Rob and I sat in the gravel with, you know, Ash and Jake getting some free points. They've already had enough free points this weekend out of us, so I don't want to give them any more.
Twice now we've finished the day with you and Tom, with Tom on the podium.
Yeah.
We want to keep that habit. It must be really nice for the team, considering we had a bit of a struggling sort of start to our weekend.
We had a horrible start to the weekend, to be honest with you. And if you look back to where we were at the start of the day with starting down in P15, to then coming through and getting caught up in drama in that first race and not finishing, and getting Smiley'd in the second race and dropping right the way down. It was a sort of a day of resilience really, and just trying to keep smiling and just think of the bigger picture, think of the end of the day, and try to snaffle a reverse grid where we can. So yeah, really good.
Well done, mate. I'll let you chat to some other people if you want.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, cheers, buddy. So Knockhill is now Romeo done. As I've said a few times, this is a privilege that you can't smell me. I smell like a sort of a, imagine roadkill that's had alcohol poured on it. I'm like a dead, sweaty, smelly, horrible badger. And on that note, from Tom Chilton's bottle, Knockhill, Romeo done.